You know, for the longest time, the path to a good job was super clear. Get a college degree. But in the world of AI, that's all changing, and it's changing fast. Companies are now looking for specific certifications, sometimes even over traditional four-year degrees. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the 7 credentials that could be worth way more than a degree by 2026.
And this slide, well, it really lays it all out, doesn't it? A degree takes 4+ years and gives you a lot of broad theory. An AI certification, on the other hand, you can knock that out in just a few months, and it's laser-focused on the exact skills companies are desperate to hire right now. The hiring trend really tells the whole story. Degrees are getting overlooked for proven practical skills.
And we're not just talking about getting any job. We're talking about getting a great one. I mean, people with just a couple of these key certifications are landing fully remote roles with starting salaries of $75,000. This is the new reality, and honestly, the financial stakes are pretty high for anyone who's ready to adapt. Okay, but here's a word of caution, and this is really important. The internet is just flooded with online courses, but most of them, like 95% of them, won't impress a hiring manager one bit. The key is to know which certifications actually carry weight, the ones recognized by the industry that will get your resume to the top of the pile. And that's exactly what we're here to help you with.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with that big shift in hiring, then we'll explore some really high-paying roles that don't even require coding. After that, we'll get into the more technical foundation roles, then the AI specialist path for those who want to go really deep, and finally, a simple plan on how you can get noticed.
So what's the big change here? It's pretty simple, really. Companies today care a whole lot less about where you went to school and way more about what you can actually do. Demonstratable skills are the new currency, and the 7 certifications we're about to cover are exactly what hiring managers are searching for.
Let's kick things off with a category that might actually surprise you. You absolutely do not need to be a programmer to build a 6-figure career in tech. We're going to look at roles for the strategists, the organizers, and the communicators, people like product managers and data analysts.
First up is the IBM AI Product Manager certification. If you're someone who loves strategy and thinking about the big picture, then this is a role you absolutely need to know about.
So an AI product manager is basically the visionary. They're not in the weeds writing code. They decide how AI is going to be used to solve real problems. For instance, an AI product manager at Instagram would be the one who designed the algorithm that keeps you scrolling. They decided what the AI should prioritize to keep you engaged. It's a super creative and strategic role. And because this is such a new and, frankly, critical field, there is a massive talent gap. That's why even new AI product managers are pulling in between $100,000 and $180,000 a year. The demand is just off the charts. All right, next on our list is the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate. Now, this one is a total game changer for anyone looking to break into tech fast, no matter what your background is. What does a data analyst actually do? Well, think of them as a detective for the business world. They take all this raw data and find hidden patterns and insights using tools like SQL and data visualization software. Then, they present what they've found to help the company make smarter decisions. Oh, and having that Google brand on your resume? Yeah, that carries some serious weight with recruiters.
And look, if you need proof that this is a real path for anyone, check this out. We're not just talking theory here. There are real stories of people, like a former bartender, who used this exact certification to pivot into an $85,000 analyst job. It just proves that skills, not your background, are what really matter.
And hey, 2 other really solid options for non-coders are the CAPM, which is all about project management for AI teams and can bump your salary by 10 to 20%, and the Salesforce Certified Admin role. Salesforce is the #1 customer relationship management system in the world, so good admins are always in demand, earning $80,000 a year and up.
Okay, so that's the strategic side of the house. You ready to roll up our sleeves and get a little more technical? Let's move on to the certifications that really form the backbone of all modern technology.
All right, this next batch, this is for all of you who want to build and protect the essential infrastructure that everything else runs on. We're talking cloud computing and cybersecurity, 2 of the highest-paying fields in all of tech. And we have to start with the cloud because, frankly, this is where the really big money is. The AWS Certified Solutions Architect certification is one of the single most valuable credentials you can earn in IT today, period.
So what does a solutions architect even do?
Well, almost every major company you can think of, from Netflix to NASA, runs on Amazon Web Services, or AWS. A solutions architect is the expert who designs, builds, and manages all the systems on that massive cloud platform, making sure everything is secure, efficient, and ready to scale.
And because this job is so mission critical, the salaries, well, they're just huge. Even people starting out in this field can expect to earn between $106,000 and $181,000. That's more than a lot of experienced pros make in other fields.
Okay, so we've talked about building it. Now let's talk about protecting it. The CompTIA Security Plus certification is pretty much the gold standard for anyone who wants to start a career in the incredibly important field of cybersecurity.
Every single company today is under constant threat of cyber attacks. A security pro is on the front lines, protecting all that sensitive data. And this certification is so powerful because it's recognized everywhere. Think of it as the key that unlocks the door. It helps you bypass all those initial HR filters and actually land an interview.
All right, for our last certification, we are going deep. I mean, really deep. This one is for those of you who don't just want to use AI tools, but you want to understand how they work from the inside out and actually build the future of this technology.
This brings us to the specializations from deeplearning.ai. And listen, these aren't just any online courses. They're often taught by the pioneers of the field, like Andrew Ng, the guy co-founded Coursera. They're so well respected that big tech companies actually use them to train their own engineers.
Look, this path isn't about learning a tool that's going to be obsolete in 2 years. This is about building a rock-solid, fundamental understanding of the technology itself. You'll dive into machine learning, neural networks, and the core Python libraries. You're building a deep foundation that will stay valuable for decades, no matter how the tech evolves.
Okay, so you've picked out the perfect certification for you. Now what? Because knowing what to learn is only half the battle, right? Let's talk about the simple, actionable plan you can use to actually land that job.
The thing is, this 3-step process really works. First, get certified. That proves you have the knowledge. Second, and this part is non-negotiable, build a portfolio with real projects to prove you can apply that knowledge. And third, share what you're learning and building on social media. You'd be amazed how many recruiters are actively searching there for motivated people.
Look, right now, that window of opportunity in AI, it is wide open, but it is not going to stay that way forever. The question isn't if this shift is happening, it already is. The real question is, with everything you know now, where are you going to choose to be in a year?